This is the world of company secretaries. On this channel, you can watch interviews with company secretaries across the world. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon. Sir, going further, can you tell us a little bit about the examination department, if you remember anything, sir, some anecdotes about the exam? Because even today, sir, with due respects to other institutes, ICSI is the only institute where every year we have exams on the same date. The result is 25th of February and 25th of August of every single year. And we have heard and we have seen other institutes where results are different dates, or there is one result in the morning, one result in the evening, and students are disgruntled. But ICSI has been very, very consistent and very fair. And I'm sure the seeds were laid during a time of you people. So can you tell a little bit about the examination department?
Sir, I have a very good experience with the examinations hall. And at that time, we had laid systems for paper setting, how to set the paper. It is not that saying paper is to be set by somebody else. A system, how the paper should be set. How to appoint an examiner. How to appoint a paper setter. How to appoint a moderator of the paper setter. It is not that you may appoint based on the experience or anything. We have to repeat them also. How to evaluate an answer sheet. How to test an examiner whether he has examined the answer sheets properly or not. How to moderate the examination. So those systems were laid by us. We also laid systems. We had at that time two experts, when Professor M.C. Shukla and R.T. Maheshwari, good person, permanent consultants, permanent, I can say, on the Institute of Company Secretaries, that means our examination cell. The secrecy was to be maintained. You know, and if you don't have the system, then secrecy cannot be maintained. Today, the members, the students, not students, I can say the officers of the Institute of Company Secretaries can appear in the examination. You know, same institute members, same institute employees can appear for the examination. It is because of the secrecy we are maintaining. Meaning thereby they cannot know their even result half an hour before the declaration of the result. So that is the type of secrecy we have maintained throughout, and there had never been a leakage of paper. There had never been a soft, lenient paper. There had never been a hard paper that this time the paper is very hard.
Correct.
It is because of the system. And as you said, we had a fixed dates, 25th February and 25th August at that time for declaration of the results, and these are being maintained. You may change now, the institute may change because now you can do it faster, but there are fixed dates for declaration of examination. So those dates were fixed at that time. You said something about anecdotes about something. I should tell you some examples of what had happened in the institute of, in the examination cell.
Yes, sir.
I'll give three examples, two, three things. I remember some witty answers of some students. Witty answers, because when you see the answer sheet, you get to know something good. Then secondly, government had imposed Hindi on us. That means the students can appear with Hindi medium. Now that was another difficulty, and how to resolve the difficulty. If you hear it, then you will come to know. The third thing I'll tell you, there was a suspected leakage of paper in Chandigarh chapter, which nobody knows till today. So these three things I'll cover. First of all, I said witty answers of this. There was a question we had asked about allotment of shares. In B part, we had asked a question, under what provisions of law, which return in which form is required to be filed with whom and in how much period? That means the correct answer was, under section 75 of the Companies Act 1956, a return of allotment in form number 2 is required to be filed with the registrar of companies within 30 days of allotment. One of the students writes, under the provisions of law, a proper return in the prescribed form is required to be filed with the appropriate authority within the stipulated period.
So not much has changed with students from then to now.
One more question, I say small very question. I asked a question, whether a small part of the question, whether a minor can be a partner in the firm. One student writes, yes, a minor can be can be a partner in the firm, provided he has completed the age of 21 years. Now I tell you about the imposition of Hindi. Government of India, Hindi department, they imposed that every institute, chartered accountants, cost accountants, and company secretaries, they should allow Hindi medium. That means the students can appear in the examination. These things appear so simple that what is there? Let them appear in Hindi. But when you come to reality, you see the difficulties as well. Now, we are like chartered accountants, cost accountants, we also allow. There were hardly 15, 16 students, not more than 15, 16 students appear in the examination, appear in Hindi, with Hindi medium. Now, as per practice, answer sheets of one examination center is distributed to different examiners, at least 10, 20 examiners. That means answer sheets of one examination center is not given to one examiner. It is distributed so that there is a proper marking. Now, in Hindi medium, what to do? We had to segregate and if we distributed, and you just think that a Hindi medium student answer sheet goes to a Tamil Nadu examiner and he will say, la, la. So what will you do? So therefore, we had to first sort Hindi medium, all answer sheets and keep together. Then we did not have examiners who know Hindi also and who knows the subject also.
Correct.
Because it is not knowing Hindi, it is knowing the subjects, because the person has to examine. So we did not have examiners who were knowing Hindi also and who is knowing this thing. And we cannot distribute five answer sheets to everybody. All answer sheets had to be examined by me for all the subjects. That means I must have expertise for all the subjects, for all the students. So this was another thing. The third example, I said there was a suspected leakage of paper in the Chandigarh chapter, in the Chandigarh examination center. It was a December examination. We received a trunk call from, at that time we did not have mobile. So we received a trunk call from the lady superintendent in Chandigarh that unfortunately the paper of the next day for final examination has been opened by mistake and it has been distributed to about 7-8 students of intermediate. But it has been, we had been able to get it because the students immediately said it is not our paper. So therefore we were able to collect it and there is no leakage of paper, but it was my duty to inform you. We got the information. Now, this is not a question that we hold a committee meeting or a council meeting to decide what is to be done. The paper is tomorrow, not today. What is to be done, what is not to be done. And we cannot discuss even the matter. It is a confidential matter with the examination cell. We cannot discuss even with the secretary or other things. But ultimately, there were only two persons who took the decision. One was S.D. Sharma, Shivdat Sharma was deputy director of the examination. Another person was DC Jain. We decided, let's take at least make some alternate. I had set that paper as an alternate. I can say that it was exactly the same standard of paper as was the previous paper. We prepared the paper. Thereafter, we got it printed and about 550 copies were taken. As we could not send anybody else, it was to be sent to Chandigarh. It was a chilly night, -1 degree temperature at Chandigarh. Mr. S.D. Sharma traveled by bus in the night and reached Chandigarh early in the morning before the examination. Nobody knew who S.D. Sharma was. Nobody knew. So he made his own inquiry from the students and those students who had seen the paper, from others also. And he came to the conclusion that the paper has not leaked. But here two persons could take a decision whether to give a new paper or the old paper. Now it was only his decision, nobody else's decision. He could not consult anybody else. He decided that the new paper should be held. And in Chandigarh, new paper was held. In other centers, there was a different paper. Only in Chandigarh chapter, Chandigarh Examination Center, another paper was held. Now, second thing was, who will examine it? We cannot distribute it to everybody.
Yes.
Those papers were examined by me. This is another aspect of it. But I can say the secrecy was so much. Till today, I'm telling you the story. Nobody even at that time or ever knew till today that there was a different paper in Chandigarh. Nobody knows, even at that time, nobody knew that there was a different paper in Chandigarh chapter. So these are the 2-3 examples I have given you my experience about examination cell.
So listening to your stories and the experience is straight like reading a thriller novel or watching a movie which is an action thriller. It's very, very exciting. We are so happy that you have